I love going to opera houses all over Europe. I've never been inside Yerevan's opera house, but we're going to show you not only the international shows like Swan Lake and La Boheme and La Traviata they have coming up, but there's a strong culture here of Armenian composers, Armenian artistry that have come through these halls. People here really appreciate the opera. They appreciate culture in a way you may not find in other places. Let's take a look.
We're currently at the VIP official reception hall of the Armenian National Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre after Alexander Spendiarian. Here on the walls you can see our legendary artists who has had their historical input in the foundation and preservation of this cultural edifice and the cradle of the Armenian national and international art. So here you can see very famous Yerevan Grigoryan, who is to be world-leading tenor. Also, he used to be our artistic director for a long time. On the second painting, you can see very famous Ohan Duryan, who was another legendary conductor and also our artistic director. And also Hovannes Çekican, who currently leads the Armenian National Capella Chamber Choir, who used to be also our artistic director. On the right side is the portrait of our diva Gohar Gasparyan, who was considered as a swallow of the Armenian opera, and she was one of our main treasures and symbols of Armenian National Opera Singing School. Another exceptional diva, Tatevik Sazandaryan, that can be considered as our national treasure of the opera art. This is our official VIP hall, where we currently hold chamber concerts, symphonic, operatic, and it's a very famous venue for our elite audience. Next stop will be our foyer, where our dear audience enjoying their beverages during the intermission. So it's a very cozy and inspiring venue full of masterpieces, and we currently hold their different exhibitions. So please follow me. So as you can see, this is our festive foyer, where during the intermission all the audience gather, interact, enjoy the ambiance. On the walls you can see our legends as well. Those are our famous composers. For example, Arno Babajanyan, he's our Armenian national treasure, and right next to our opera and ballet theater you can see his statue next to the Swan Lake. So this is our famous Arno Babajanyan. From here we already enter to our main concert hall, and if I tell you the history of the architecture and the vision of our Armenian legendary architect Alexander Tamanyan. So this building was officially opened in 1933 with official performance Opera Almast of Alexander Spendiarian. The Opera Theatre Hall has 1,200 seats, and the opera itself is like an amphitheater with semicircle form, and it complies of two different halls concert halls. So one is our National Opera Theatre, and the other is Aram Khachaturian Philharmonic Concert Hall, which has 1,400 seats. So initially, Tamanyan had an idea to reflect the best of our Armenian traditional architecture forms, but he could bring this edifice to a contemporary language, and he translated his traditional vision into contemporary resonance. And not to mention that's why in 1937, during Paris World Exhibition, this building's architectural plan won the Grand Prix, the gold prize of that exhibition. So it was official like expo exhibition, and the project of Tamanyan won the first prize. And it has a very symbolic meaning, actually, that exposition, that expo, because it was about peace and progress. So they wanted to bring together the idea of human progress and glorious future that would be complied in peace and progress philosophy. And so we had the honor to win during that wonderful and epic exhibition.
So this is what it's like looking out on how many people?
1,200. Mm-hmm. Yes, and so as I already mentioned, this theater has two different halls. So one concert hall from the other side, so it's a semicircle, and the other side is the theaters.
What kind of performances come through here?
So we have as national and also international artists performing in our house. So we have our national productions, we have invited conductors, directors that currently visit our theaters. So we're going to have soon opera Otello, so it's a collaboration with Italy. Yeah. We have a lot of Italian conducters and artistic directors.
Yeah, so a lot of international shows.
Yes, a lot of international shows, and also, but we give a very important niche to our national productions as well.
Yeah.
And I should mention that our theater is the only theater that holds 3 ballets of Aram Khachaturian. This is Gane, Spartacus, and Masquerade. So initially it started with the ballet, it was called Happiness in 1935, and then based on that script, Khachaturian developed Ballet Gane, and then he made like a triptych of Gane, Spartacus, and Masquerade. So we have all those 3 ballets, national ballets, treasures in our theater. So we have 2 working port stages, small stages. So it's making our stage very monumental. And during, for example, our opera Aida, we have these 2 active working stages.
Is this the trapdoor?
Yes. So we are lucky for this massive area. Yeah,
it's literally a trapdoor.
Yeah, be careful. We don't want to lose you today. Yeah. So generally speaking, we have 600 people working in this building. So it's the orchestra, our ballet, the opera, and technical staff, Mimas. So 600 people working in this 13-level building.
1,200
every day. Yeah.
1,200 seats is a bit more intimate compared to the Opera Garnier or other.
I may say.
How big are those? 2,000 or 3,000 maybe?
I may say, yes.
So this is more intimate.
It is.
Does it usually sell out?
Yes. We have like sold out performances during especially Guyana, Spartacus. Those are the famous and top performances that we always have sold out.
And I think people in Armenia like to come more so than you would see in the West. You'll see younger people, teens,
Yes,
young
we
adults.
have a very diverse audience, and because our building is considered like a national and the most important temple of the art, so Armenian audience has special place for
Yeah.
this venue.
A lot of pride.
Yes, a lot of pride, and it takes a lot of responsibility to keep it going.
But I think unlike in the United States, where it's a lot of 50 and 60 and 70-year-olds, you'd find 20-something-year-olds here.
Yes, of course.
People are pretty cultured.
Of course, and you know it's a part of our national formation as individuals, as society. So we pay a lot of respect and attention to our cultural aspect. So the first ballet, official ballet that took place on our stage was the Swan Lake of Piotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. So and 1935, yeah, after 2 years of the opening, after the opening of the theater, we had the Swan Lake. So what I want to mention that our theater has the best traditions of national and international treasures of world heritage.
And these are all open boxes for
Yes,
purchase?
those are all open boxes for purchase. Those are presidential.
What's the best suite in the house? The presidential box?
Yes, the
And can
presidential
I buy a
box,
seat in that box?
Never.
Yeah.
Only if
only
you are
invitation.
Invited, yes, and
Yeah.
only if you are our VIP guest.
VIP
You
guest.
have it.
It's the best seat in the house I can buy is one of these lower boxes here.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can negotiate.
Yeah, oh, wow. That's what they told me. They told me to expect negotiation.
Yes.